When the original Orange Box Portal was re-released as a standalone title on the Xbox Live Arcade, it brought with it, among other things, a new list of achievements. One being an interesting challenge called Out of the Blue, the requirement being, once you have control of both portals, only enter the orange portal. So I've been thinking, can this be done in Portal 2? The sequel introduced new puzzles and some new mechanics. Will going forward this personal achievement be challenging, or at least interesting? Well, we're about to find out. The rules are simple. We can only enter the orange portal and thus only exit the blue portal. Of course, this is arbitrary. We could easily say we can only enter the blue portal and only exit the orange, but this is what I'm going to go with. We're also going to ban cheating of any form, such as the use of developer console or mods. Also, I'm going to be trying to complete the game as intendedly as possible and without using glitches such as out of bounds. There's not much to say about Chapter 1. We watch the amazing intro cutscene and then play through a few chambers from Portal 1. Near the end of Chapter 1, we finally get the fully upgraded portal gun, and this is where the run officially begins. Unfortunately, the puzzles are still very simple. The only time I even had to be mindful of my portals was the very last chamber in Chapter 3. And here it's just an inconvenience as I have to swap a simple one-way door portal around just to avoid going back through blue. At this point, I'm a little worried that this challenge might not be as, well, challenging as I had hoped. Chapter 3 begins uneventfully, at least until we're introduced to light bridges. Here we have to do a small bit of actual strategizing. The bridge emits from one point and hits this wall. By placing one portal on the wall, we can extend the bridge to wherever we want with the other portal. The first thing we need to do is get to the other platform to press a switch. Going through a portal isn't required here, but to catch the weighted cube, we need to relocate the bridge several times. Once we do this, the only way back will be through the portal, so we need to make sure our exit point back at the beginning of the bridge is blue. So we grab our cube, come back to the starting area, switch our blue portal for an orange one, then place the blue exit so that we can reach the button. After placing the cube, we again have to swap portals to get back, then simply cross the bridge to exit. The next puzzle has another light bridge, and another easy puzzle. I'm not sure if this was the intended strategy, but I circumvented having to go through any excess portals by relocating the light bridge while standing on top of the cube, so that we both fell to the bridge below. After that, we make our way through some more simple puzzles. The first puzzle of Chapter 4 is the hardest by far, but doesn't require any complicated portal management. The next chamber, however, presents us with a bit of a problem. To get to a platform, we're supposed to set up our portals, fall through, and then be quickly ejected back out through the portals we just made. This of course is a problem as we can't go back through the blue portal. We can easily send our cube through first. Now this is the method that was intended for not only the cube but for us. Thankfully there's no restriction on which portals cubes can go through. Next we can send ourselves through, and if we're quick enough we can shoot out a blue portal to relocate it before we go back through. The plates will continuously bounce us back up. This is convenient as it allows us to take our time and aim our next exit portal. Now when we're ready, all we have to do is look up and fire an orange portal. We'll have all the momentum we need to reach the platform. We do this again to reach the third redirection cube that we need. Then one more final time to reach the last platform. We spend the next chapter or so running through the annexes of Aperture Science. Of course, the plot hits a critical point when we finally confront GLaDOS and Wheatley becomes the new antagonist. There's not much use for portals during these parts, so let's just skip ahead. We travel through the old part of the facility and we're introduced to our first mobility gel. There's one small part where we have to fling ourselves and portal swap in midair, but it's not really a problem. Things are pretty uneventful until we pick up GLaDOS and come to the puzzle that introduces us to the second mobility gel. We have to cover this tunnel with red propulsion gel so we can gain enough speed to cross the gap. We can use this ramp to get to the tunnel and get a portal in there, but the problem is getting back to the other side and landing where the gel dispenser button is. This one's not too hard to figure out, but not extremely apparent at first. As long as we leave the blue portal above the button platform, we can glide to the hallway using the ramp and then set our orange portal, head back through that orange portal, and hit the button. Then we can glide back over the ramp to the hallway again. Not too long after solving that problem, we hit another snag, in the same puzzle. We need to launch out of this blue portal, but we don't have a way to get back to the other side without going back through the blue portal. I think the intended way is to use the propulsion gel from the ramp and running in the opposite direction into a portal to gain enough speed coming out the other end, but we can do the same thing using the tunnel that we had to cover earlier. Thankfully, we can just slowly drop down into this tunnel from this side. We also have to make sure we hold left or right before landing so that we don't fall back through the blue portal. The puzzle directly after this one, however, well, we run into a big problem. The intended solution is simple. Use the switches and portals to make a streak of repulsion gel, then add a bit of blue repulsion at the end to make a gel-powered springboard. Glide over to the middle column, portal up to the top layer, then portal back over to the gel-covered floor, spring off the gel again, and this time create another portal on the wall right before you hit it, and this will give you enough momentum to reach the exit. The problem here is that there's no way to get back to the gel floor and set yourself up to fling out of the blue portal to the exit. You have to put a portal in this location to fling out of to solve the puzzle, and because it's an exit portal, it has to be blue, and this really limits what we can do. It's impossible to jump from this center column, the distance is too great. There's another portalable wall here, but its only purpose is to help reach the top wall, so it's useless for our needs. It's not possible to hit the wall from behind, standing on the gel floor. I tried many times, thinking that maybe if I hit just the right angle it might work, but that wasn't about to happen. I tried positioning the portals in a way that would make the red gel cover a greater area, and how they come out of the spouts seems to be a bit random, but I was able to cover a little bit more of the floor in hopes that I could jump all the way over to the exit, but that's not happening either. I even tried to get out of bounds and think maybe there was a place I could stand where I would easily be able to hit both of the surfaces that I needed to and then jump back to the gel floor, but no. I tried everything I possibly could and couldn't think or find any logical solution. So sadly, it looks like our challenge is over. Or is it? As a last resort, I decided to check out some Portal 2 speedruns, and these guys are already way ahead of me. As it turns out, if we backtrack to where Chapter 7 begins, there's an extremely precise shot we can make to place a portal. And guess what surface this just so happens to be? That's right, it's the very wall that we need to have a blue portal on it. And once we have that, we can just go back to the gelled room from before, get our momentum, and easily make it to the other side. It felt really good to find a way around this after I had tried everything and was literally about to give up on the challenge. So now, I'm ready for anything this game has to throw at me. But unfortunately, not much else happens. We're introduced to the third gel, there's more running through dark corridors and raptors. Eventually we re-encounter Wheatley, who introduces yet another new mechanic in the form of wind tunnel bridge thingies, and though the puzzles do get more complex and are fun and interesting on their own, as long as we mind our portals, none require any extra effort. There were 2 small instances where I had to swap portals in midair to cancel an excursion tunnel, though that could have just been me being inefficient. Even in the final boss battle, there's just one instance where we have to make sure we don't fall back into our own portal after we fling out of a blue portal. There's one kind of thing I guess I should mention at the very end of the game. During a cutscene, you're forced to shoot a portal to the moon. You go through it and GLaDOS pulls you back to the other side. You have no control over this, and as far as I'm aware, there's no other way to progress the game. So, after all that hard work, the entire run is invalidated right at the last second. So, to the question, can you beat Portal 2 by only entering the orange portal? The answer is no. Unless you don't count the final cutscene, which I don't, so the answer is actually yes! Having played both games at least twice now, it's not something I've ever really given much thought, but these games seem to be based more around what you do with the portals and not so much in which order you go through them for the most part. And besides a few tricky spots, the challenge wasn't really that difficult. However, I did have to use one minor developer oversight to get through Chapter 7. If you're willing to allow this slight workaround, then this challenge is 100% doable. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Boss Raid.